Hi everyone, I have finished another colouring book. This is Droom Reis by Maria Trolle. Rise, I think it probably is. I think it means sleep journey or something like that, but in the English edition is called Vivi is Looking for a Friend, I think. But obviously this isn't the English version, and I have finished this one, so I thought I would do a little flip through for you so you can see. Now this particular version has got really lovely thick paper. I think it's the book with the thickest paper that I've actually got. So it was really interesting to colour. A lot of fun. The only thing with this book is because it's based on a storybook, a lot of the characters and flowers and things like that flow right through the book. And so I know that some people find that a little tricky. Do we colour them the same all the time? Do we colour them differently? What if we get bored? That sort of thing. So what I decided to do, because I didn't colour it in order was all the time, sometimes I did and sometimes I didn't, I decided not to worry about keeping a consistency between colours of characters and things like that. So you'll see that I just colour like these little critters and butterflies. I just do them differently each time. Now I haven't noted down what pencils I used because I started quite a long time ago, and I didn't have my colouring book index sheets then. So I might be able to guess a few of them, but not really. This one's got gold pen around here to make it the lights look golden. This is one of my favourites from the book, actually, right at the beginning here. I really enjoy colouring this one, sort of getting used to the paper, layering up different colours and things like that, and just keeping to this really simple colour palette. I was really pleased with how it came out. So if I tip it like that, you can see it without the light on it. And then this one, this is an interesting one because it just looks really different to the rest of the book. Even the butterflies look different, so I'm not sure, but I stuck to I can see a colour palette here. My bee is blue, where I would normally do it yellow, but I wanted this sort of cold colour palette, so there's that one. Now here we have Vivi in her house. I noticed I haven't coloured the leaves on those flowers. But again, we have a very restricted colour palette. I think I decided that I wanted her to be a sort of pink or purple girl, you know, like her pinks and purples. And there was so much going on in the picture that I kept it as simple as I could. It looks like there are green leaves here as well that I haven't coloured green. Or they did those green. I'm not sure why. I must have just forgotten those. But, you know, happens a lot. There'll be more. That won't be the first. This one is much brighter. I like it more with lots of bright colours. And this is done with Staedtler pencils. I can tell by the colour of this pink. And Staedtlers don't have the same vibrancy as perhaps others do. So that's why this page isn't quite so bright. But I still do rather like it, I must say. And this is more of a sort of double page, although it's quite a strange concept. It only goes to here. I assume maybe there was writing on this side, part of the story. I don't know. Now, I didn't know how to deal with these clouds. So in this picture, I made them blue and left the sky white. But in other pictures, I've made them white, like this one, and made the sky blue. But I don't know whether I should put a bit of grey in between them, or quite what to do with them, really. You know, it's not a way that I've ever coloured clouds looking like that before, so I got a little bit confused. And this page, I left all the cloud white, because this is our cloud bear, and she's making animal shapes somehow out of cloud. I don't really know how she's doing that. I guess it's in the story. I mean, I don't know if anyone knows the story or has had the story. So for these clouds, I treated them differently. I didn't colour the background, and I coloured the edges with a bit of a different approach, really. And we have this sort of gemstone castle, a sort of quartz castle, which was quite interesting. Now, I had a lot of fun with this page with the rainbow. She looks so happy. It's a very cute picture, I think. Anyway, you know, the drawing is really cute. And I coloured this bird like a gull-ish, because I thought we were by the sea. Now, this one probably should have like water all over it because she's obviously diving down. But I just left it with the white background because I didn't want to spoil all the colours that I'd done. The tail, I really liked the way the colours worked there. So I didn't want to just go and put some blue pastel over the top of it or something like that. And if I'd done it over her face, it would have looked a little odd. So I just left it in the end. And here they are under the water. Kept the mermaid the same colour. Actually, I tended to keep Vivi's dress in a sort of pink or purple most of the time as well. But her hair colour changes, but the mermaid's hair changes colour later. As I say, I didn't. If you want to keep your characters with the same colours, write them down. And then because I use different pencils for different pages, I didn't see any sense in doing that because matching them would be quite difficult. So I just decided, also, I get bored. So I decided to just colour each one as I wanted. So here our mermaid, she's got grey hair and a red tail. Really different. I think it was a really fun, interesting experiment just to do it really differently. I probably should have coloured in a bit of sand at the bottom, but you know. So this one I spent some time doing the water. Because it was marked out more, I felt like I knew what to do with it, if that makes any sense. And we have our... Now, I'm never sure whether this character is a baby fox or a dog. I didn't colour the ladder. I'm never sure. I had a lot of fun with the mushrooms. I do like colouring those. Now this one, I felt this is like a little beach, but I don't know if it is, but that's just because we've got the crab and the water and everything. So that's how I did it. I was really sort of pleased with how the sky came out, and it was just a sketchy pencil going like this, and it just ended up looking pretty good. I thought quite pale, but see, this to me looks like a fox, not a dog. I don't know, though. I spent a lot of time trying to build up some different colours in him. And she looks like she's making a fire, doesn't she? And I coloured these a bit like dog roses ish, a bit dark actually. Now, lots of butterflies. Now these butterflies are drawn in a way that I've never seen butterflies drawn before, quite a cartoony type style, which is fine, but it made it really hard for me to know how to colour them. I really didn't know how to do it, but I developed a technique later that I tended to use then for the whole book, which is on this page actually. This one here. So I tended to do colour here and then black and leave white dots. So you see, is this the baby fox? I think so. That's how I interpreted it. It could be a dog. This one's asleep. And this little critter's quite hard to know what colour to make it, as it's a sort of mythical creature, but I tend to do it always green, because I think it's got these sort of leaves on its head, so I think it's green. And you see here we have 3 foxes, so that's why I'm wondering whether they all are. Coloured these a bit more like anemones, these flowers. I tended to, and this butterfly's done in a different way without the black this time. I haven't coloured in the bee. I tended to colour them in different, as I say, colour them differently. This is a cute one. And on the black paper, the poppies being red really stood out very nicely, so that was nice. I've done this page as a video tutorial, but not from this book, in the Universe book. And I did the poppies 2 different colours to just show 2 different ways to do it, really. Now you see these, I did orange and black. They really stand out then, don't they? And I don't know if they're supposed to be the main focus of the picture or not really. And this one I thought came out well. I was pleased with the sort of galaxy sky there, and then the depth in the tree stump here. And I was quite pleased with how her face came out, because it's quite difficult colouring people, and there's sort of one on nearly every page. You get quite a bit of practice in this book. And also this one, I feel like as I was going through the book, I was beginning to go in order. I was beginning to understand how to colour the things a little bit better somehow, and to use the paper and figure out what pencils work best and that sort of thing. I tended to find that the softer pencils, so a Prisma, Derwent Lightfast, a Chroma Flow, those sorts of pencils seem to work better on the paper. And here is an indoor picture. I didn't really know what colour to colour all the different bits and pieces. Okay. I did these white. I'm trying to get better at white flowers. I'm not sure that was that good. There's some grey in there to create some shadow, but I'm trying to learn. I enjoyed doing this one. It's a very different sort of picture. Trying to get the shelves look three-dimensional by making them much darker, like there's some shadow behind here and here, to make it look like there's some depth in there. It could have been better, but I had a lot of fun trying, so that was good. I enjoyed that one. And then we have this one. Of course, I enjoyed colouring all the berries. And then this one, the butterflies. I'm not sure whether I really should have done a bit of black on the edges of them, really, but I just decided to make them really bright. It's our little critter there, really small. I suppose she's small too, isn't she? And here she is. I guess she's up there. I enjoyed doing this one. I think this was Holbein, but I'm not sure. I might be wrong. But yeah, I like colouring oak leaves a lot and tree trunks and things like that. So it's a lot of fun, that one. This one I didn't choose the right pencils. Oops, hang on, let's put it across right. For this one I didn't think. And it was quite a daunting page, to be honest, with all this greenery. I wasn't really sure what to do. So, yeah. It's not my... I like her and this critter, but I'm not so sure about all of the rest, really. This one was a cute little one to do. I mean, I probably should have done some sort of background, but I was quite happy with it as it was. I can't remember what that said, but that's all the characters, basically, I think, pretty much. And the sort of tree. And then we have, I've never coloured, or maybe once I've coloured a hand, but it wasn't the palm, it was the top. So that was an interesting challenge for me. But I just looked at my own hands and did the best that I could, really. Here lives Vivi, I think it said. And you see, this is where I was thinking, is that a dog sitting outside the house? You know, I just didn't know. So I sort of coloured it as half dog, half fox. It's interesting, her little tree house here, but there's her house. Has she grown? Has she shrunk? Because there's the house again in the tree. We've got a squirrel. We haven't had squirrels before. Look a little bit like a red squirrel, but I wasn't sure how to colour it, really. And here she's... And is she colouring... Is he a dog? Because he's licking like a little dog. I didn't know. I enjoyed doing this one. Lots of greenery. Picked the right pencils, I felt, for that one. And enjoyed doing all those oak leaves. And again, I'd sort of shaping in parts of the fingernail and things like that, which was fun. This one, I did some grey pastel in the background, thinking it would look a bit like clouds. And the raindrops are sort of sparkling, but you can't really see it. They're done with glitter pen to make them look a bit more sparkly, like the water in the rain is catching the light. And then we have the picnic sort of scene. I kept all these flowers the same. I thought it would be a nice sort of frame around the bottom of the picture there. This one was a video tutorial to show you how to colour this. So I think it was done in Prismas and Polychromos. Did a background bit and the water and different elements in a series of different videos. So you can find that one if you want to colour along. And here she is, just pondering life, I think. Or maybe thinking about her adventures. I like doing this one. I think he's very handsome. And I had a lot of fun with the trees and things. I think, what did I use? Might use Derwent for those. And this is a cute one. This one is also in Universe, so if you like it and you've got the Universe book, you can colour this one. And we're fishing. I wasn't sure. I ran a bit of blue over her feet here where they're under the water, but then I wasn't sure whether to do it over the rest or not, and I didn't in the end. I think I did a bit there, but not over the fish. And the last picture is this map, and look at my rainbow. I completely messed it up. Why did I start with yellow? I was trying to think, which end is red? Is it at the bottom or the top? I get it wrong. And then I put yellow at the... What was I doing? So it's a really wrong rainbow. It's fine. And I did all the leafy detail the same colour. I really should have coloured in those acorns a different colour. But I found it all a bit daunting, all these small leaves and little flowers and bits and bobs. But anyway, there we go. So that is the end of that one. It's not a particularly long book compared to some of Maria's other books, because it's single-sided in a lot of places. But that's why I've decided to concentrate on finishing this one, because it had the least amount of pages left out of all my Maria Trolle books, because of it having just a small amount of pages. But I'm going to move on to a different one of her books to concentrate on. I've decided that that works quite well for me. So if I have one Maria Trolle, one Hannah Carlson book, and that sort of thing, one by certain different authors, so that I can just concentrate on one and finish it, rather than jumping around between lots of different books and never really finishing anything. When I do video tutorials, I will mix it up a little bit more. But that's my sort of when I'm colouring for myself. That's my plan, but we'll see how it all pans out. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed having a little look at how I've done the pages. Now, of course, if you want to do the same colour through for your characters, you can have a look and see which you think worked the best in different ways that I did them, or you might have your own ideas, of course, or I'm sure you do. But thank you. Have a really super day and happy colouring.